Hello and welcome to another Doctor Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing another comic book review of the 10th Doctor series. This is issue 7 of this upload. I think I will have uploaded issue 8 already, so yeah, I've pretty much read them all higgledy-piggledy, timey-wimey, back to front. So I've read issue 6, then 8, then 7. So yeah, when I've reviewed this one, and by review I've read it, so I'm gonna go back eventually and read 6, 7, and then 8 in chronological order. So how you can tell it's issue 7 is by that, if you weren't sure. I love how the barcode is even in like a little TARDIS and that. Then there it says cover A, who it's by, stuff like that. On the front, you can see you've got this awesome picture of this front cover image of like the angel's hands, like all demented and like where you're looking, you're like the angel or something. And then it's got like barbed wire at the bottom. If you look closely enough, I think these are like the trench bits, like some of the planks of wood and the mud. And then the Doctor going through the trenches, the dark trenches, with just this Sonic as like a light source, and then the sort of trenches at the sides and whatnot. Doctor Who sort of in a classic logo-esque logo. David Tennant still, and then a Doctor Who sort of diamond sort of thing. On the front, it tells you, a bit about the Doctor, Gabby, and Jamie, who are some of the main characters. He's a side quest. Then Gabby is the companion, and the Doctor is the 10th incarnation of the Doctor. Then it says previously, so if this is the first issue you've picked up, issue 7, then you can just quickly read this brief previous thing about about the previous issue, and that. Or, as I've done, you could buy the previous one. There's the website, Titan's website, their Twitter, and Facebook to follow them and whatnot. And then it even suggests going to their website to kind of, suggest what they could do to improve, even though personally I can't really say. I mean, in this issue, personally, I think the major flaw is Gabby. Gabby doesn't get that much sort of panel time. I was going to say screen time, but that would apply to a TV show. But I felt like she didn't get that much panel time, or whatnot in this issue specifically. But on the whole, through 6 onto 8, she develops pretty well, from what I can remember. So yeah, the artwork in this is phenomenal. It's really good. Like, I really like it. I'm trying to show you this one. Yeah, there, like, the bullet ricochets from this demented, demonic sort of Weeping Angel. And if you're any bit the fan of the Weeping Angels, which a good portion of pretty much the viewership of Doctor Who are all fans of the Weeping Angels, because they're so dark and mysterious, and that you're doing yourself a disservice if you haven't picked up these ones, because this is like an awesome, week by week sort of series with the Weeping Angels in such a demonic and dark setting, World War One, but then it just makes it even darker with the fact that, what's worse than the German enemies? Well, the Weeping Angels. They attack you and then they displace you in time and whatnot. This is pretty cool. The Doctor has a gun there, but then technically he's not using it, so it's not that big of a deal. And I've said this in many of these issues. They really do capture the 10th Doctor really well. Then on the back, you've got the 3 comics and whatnot issues for all 3 of the modern Doctors. Basically have these Titan comics, and then it's just saying that you can get them all on sort of like digital format as well as physical, and that. Then on the back they've got all these. They've got this little comic strip, like little entertaining little comic strip. Then they've got, about the issue 7 of the 11th Doctor comic series, which I've already got and reviewed. And then it has a little bio, like little bit of a snippet of what is to be expected in issue 8, like a little highlight bit. And then you've got the alternative covers for issue 8. Now, that's the one that I've got, and that's one of the other ones that I could have got. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a decent... It is a good read, and that, I think, out of issue 6, 7, and 8, I think it's one of the weaker sort of reads. But I think, you know, it goes down a bit... sort of overall, I think the story's really good when it's introduced in issue 6, because I think the adventure, the sort of Weeping Angel sort of story starts with issue 6 and then 7 and 8, and then I think it's still going to continue through issue 9. I'm not sure. I think it is, because there was a cliffhanger in issue 8. I'm not going to ruin it, but which means that it's going to continue. But I think in issue 6 it does say at the top, like, you know, brand new 10th Doctor adventure, you know. But then again, it does say that there, but new adventure with the 10th Doctor, but, you know, but that I think is specific because it does actually start a whole sort of story arc, is what I'm trying to say, like a week by week Weeping Angel attack the sort of World War One sort of soldiers and whatnot. And as I say, the sort of drawings of these faces are just phenomenal, you know, the amount of detail and whatnot, you know, like, you've got sweat there, and loads of, like, you know, loads of, you know, lines to crease the forehead, and just such sequential artwork, you know, very detailed, very, very painstakingly detailed, and then it's, like, melded in with this sort of, then it, you know, you go from there, and then you just read that and realise that it's, you know, the past and stuff, and that it's been travelled back in time and whatnot, and just all these panels look really sharp, refined, polished and whatnot and stuff. But yeah, and as I've said, they always in all these Weeping Angel based ones anyway, so 6, 7 and 8, they've always captured the 10th Doctor pretty well. You know, in this one he's very, you know, sort of demanding, well, not so much demanding, but very sort of oh, look at me, I'm the kind of leader person, you know, not you, oh, sorry, I'm not actually the leader, but oh well, you know, sort of thing. Like he's very, the way he's portrayed is very much like he was on screen, where he was very big of himself and very confident and sure of himself, and then he kind of goes off on a tangent and kind of is like, you know, oh no, actually I'm not the best, oh no, I'm not the best, you're actually supposed to be the leader, so on and so forth. And it's pretty cool. There's even a reference, it's a pretty cool comic. I mean, there's even a reference comic book, because there's even a reference to Jamie McCribbin, and if you're not aware who that is, it is the second Doctor's main companion. Now, the reason why he's mentioned isn't just mentioned because of fan service, but because there's another character who is also coincidentally called Jamie, who's also Scottish as well. So yeah, the Doctor kind of brings that up. Just a nice bit of little fan service there and whatnot. But yeah, I'd give it a well-earned, I don't know, like, ironically 7 out of 10, you know, it's issue 7, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I do think out of the Weeping Angel specific story arcs, or storyline, it's the weakest one, I think, but it's still nonetheless a hell of a read, and extremely enjoyable when, you know, reading it in chronological order and that. Now, I do have one other David Tennant one, I think it was issue 5 or issue 4, I think, and that's it really. Like, that's why I'm mainly going about these 3 ones, because these are the only 3 ones in the Doctor Who Titan comic range that I've got in chronological order and whatnot. But yeah, nonetheless, they're a must-have for any fan of the 10th Doctor, the Weeping Angels, or comic books, I think, in general. So yeah, thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.